got some really great dyes to share with you today, and I'd like to show you how they work. So essentially, there is a difference in when you colour your soaps, whether they're melt and pour or liquid, and whether you use pigments or dyes. So we have the range of pigments in the 30ml bottles, and these are fabulous for melt and pour soap making. So the primary difference between a dye and a pigment is whether they morph or whether they bleed in colour or not. So a pigment will not morph and it will not bleed. So if you made a soap that was half white and half purple, in a month's time it will still be half white and half purple. If you used a purple dye to do that, the colours will morph, and in a matter of weeks the entire soap will be a lilac colour. So you would want to use your pigments if you're making multicoloured melt and pour soaps or any other form of soaps. But if you're making your soap in a single colour, you can go to a dye. And the importance of why we need the dyes is when we're making liquid soaps. If you were to put a pigment into a liquid soap, it will settle to the bottom and drop out of dispersion after a while, and that's why you need to come to the dyes. So we have these really concentrated new dyes. So I've just chosen 3 colours for you, yellow, red and blue, and I've just got a glass of water because it's the quickest and easiest way of showing you how they disperse, and it will be exactly the same in a clear soap as well. So the flip caps, sometimes that can flick on you. Just put a tissue over that when you open it so it doesn't flick on you. And these are quite concentrated. You'll see this looks almost orange, but actually it's yellow. So to show you how much we need, I'm only going to use 1 or 2 drops, 1, 2 drops in that one, and then just give it a stir. And you can see the wonderful colour that just comes up. These glasses are around about 250 mils, so 1/4 kilo of soap base equivalent and 2 drops of yellow to get that colour. Now let's try the red one. So just, oops, that one had 3 or 4, a little bit stronger than I would have liked, but never mind, in the same quantity of water. And the red is actually quite a beautiful scarlet red that you're getting. And for our last colour, let's try the blue. Just 3 drops also of the blue went in, and give that a stir. And you'll see those lovely vivid colours that you're getting straight away just with a couple of drops of the dyes in there. Good fun! Sometimes you might find that your dyes are a little too concentrated and you might want a really subtle colour. So let's talk about how to do that. We'll begin again. Now this is just water, purified water. We'll add a couple of drops of the blue dye to it as well. Just 2 drops went in then, and mix it up, and you can see it's quite a dark blue. Now if you wanted a really gentle blue, that might still be too dark. So what you've effectively done by adding that to your water is you've made your own dye. It's just a lighter one. Of course it's a lot of water with no preservative in it, so it may not keep, particularly if your water wasn't clean, but for quick use it will be fine. And now we have just another glass of water, which could also be our melt and pour soap, and we're going to take this dye here is our concentrate. We've made a dilution from the concentrate, and now we're going to use the dilution to colour up our water, our liquid soap or our melt and pour soap. So now we're just going to add a couple of drops of dilution into our water and give a stir, and you'll see that you get a very gentle blue. If I place a piece of paper behind it, you can see the colour a little better. So if you just wanted this really pale blue, say for example you were making fish in a bag soaps and you just wanted to hint up the water a little bit, that would be perfect. If you wanted to make it a fraction darker, you'd add a little bit more and give it a stir. I'll put the colour behind, the paper behind that again, and you can see the colour there. You've got a really beautiful gentle blue, and that's being made by using 2 drops of your dye concentrate into 300 mils of water, and then from that water we're adding a couple of drops to our melt and pour base or our liquid soap, or in this case water that you wanted to colour up to give you this really nice gentle colour. So if you find your dyes are a little bit too concentrated, this is how you'll take them down to a subtle shade. And of course you'll get great value for your money because you're only using a few drops of your concentrate.